Good evening. I've got half an hour. How's that for a sensible decision? Come online. Don't think about it. Just do it. Do it. Just do it. Water. We've got Barry. Alright, Barry. What are we even doing today? I think we should. I've only got half hour. Haha. So why not load up an existing project and see if we can do something improvement in like half an hour. Something that's got a bit of age. Lung. What was this one again? Oh yeah, this one's a bit weird. I do like this bit. That wobbly bass, that just this bit. Just it's the look of the draw, that one, because it started out like this. So I've got rid of a few basses, made a few other basses better, improved the drums. I'm gonna load it. Cheers, Barry. It's mad, isn't it? I just kind of like sometimes surprise myself and try and now I like where it is now. So this session is going to be to try and turn it into a draft. So it should be kind of straightforward to extend the arrangement so it's like a full tune, like just copying what's already there really, and then maybe making some better suspense, doing a better build. What if we haven't got our other light on here. I need this light so I can see me key commands. Well, some of them are, I can't even see. What key command do I need? Oh yeah, reduce mic latency, which didn't actually work. Windows C. It kind of fucks up. Off. On again. There we go. I've just upgraded Ableton. It looks different. I'm sure it looks different. I think something's changed. The drop has to have a flow, yeah. I feel like sometimes I go mad with melodies and it gets confusing. Yeah, I love making melodies, but yeah, you can sort of like get lost in a loop, can't you? Like just trying to trial and error each note, even down to every single note, to try and like go, what is the best combination of notes, and then use that in relation to everything else. Like choose something that works with all the other stuff that's going on. Yeah. Hey, Pepe, doctor in the house. Doctor, I have a twitching eye. Just randomly twitches. Any advice? Have I already mentioned the twitches before? How am I doing apart from that? Not bad. Everyone's well. I have a little bit more time than I used to in the daytime, but not so much at night. To do projects, but yeah. How are you doing? I am live streaming like definitely on. I say definitely. This I'm trying to do a regular live stream schedule for a week. Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. They're like the 3 days that are like definite. That's what I'm going for. Like if I can just commit to three, then that's a start. But then there's Monday or Tuesday, and I didn't do yesterday, so I'm like, I'm gonna do today. Try and do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. I'm sure there was another day as well. What day am I missing? So I won't do Friday, Saturday, or some maybe Monday. We'll see. We'll see. There's only 7 days in a week, it turns out. So it's only a short intro. This should it be longer? What's this bit here as well? This is the variation. Oh yeah, something I wanted to test. So Slink. Oh, hang on a minute. Slink. Let's see if Slink is actually got the latest version. Buddy 2. Oh, he's got his own basket there now. No way. Wait a minute. Yeah, 205 July. So, yeah, so I've still got the latest version. I have to set so every time the old Duck Buddy, which is like a really good sidechain for Ableton because you can MIDI trigger it and you can choose the MIDI source from within the plugin. You can do like literally a kick in a rack, a specific kick in a rack to trigger the sidechain, which makes it like super quick and easy to sidechain things. The old version, when you loaded a project, say I just moved from this project to this from another project and loaded this one, it wouldn't configure, it wouldn't initialize properly. All the instances of Duck Buddy wouldn't initialize. So to re-initialize them, I would have to change the look ahead from like 2 and then back to 5, and it would do the look ahead properly. Because what the bug was, it would load it, and it's apparently Ableton and Max for Live's problem. The look ahead would actually add 5 milliseconds of delay to the channel rather than react 5 milliseconds ahead of time, which is obviously going to fuck up your really carefully engineered transients which you're trying to preserve by ducking in the first place. So good doctor. What do you think of the TR909 VSTs? Have I don't know if I've used the TR909 VST for quite a while. I've done. Like the Roland ones, the actual official Roland ones, I think I had a go of, because I've never actually held or touched a real 909. I'd love to though. I would have a whole day of fun if I could go in a room with a 909 and a 303 and an 808, especially an 808. Oh. But yeah, 909 is like music I grew up on, listening to hardcore and happy hardcore on the way to school every day that I'd recorded off the radio, the Hardcore Hour, Stu Allen. And I didn't know what it was at the time, but they use 909 drums because you could, when you distort them, you get that doo, doo, doo. Great for making techno and hardcore and stuff in it. One Man Game, one of them. Good for house music, yeah, sure. The Duck Buddy is like, it's been my go-to for a long time now. It's like you could hand draw in the automation to duck the level, but sometimes you want to make changes afterwards that are like, and you can just do it here for the whole channel with one thing. You know, with automation you'd have to like change it, wouldn't you? Thinking of buying one, but I spent so much money on plugins this month. Were you thinking of buying a TR909? A real one, or like a Behringer kind of knockoff one, because that would be cool too. Just to get that analog sound. Evening, Dan. How's it going? I've seen some MIDI, yeah, some MIDI season. I used to have a Roland SH09, a monophonic synth. It was the predecessor to the SH101, which is kind of still in use. Like I've forgotten who it is who always does videos with it, layering. The SH101 is like a grey plastic thing, whereas SH09 was like metal and plastic. I think it was plastic cheeks. It's nicer. I really love that synth. It's quite simple, but the pitch bend on it is just wild. It's just like infinite. It's great. Pex in house. Alright, Pex. Hope you're good. Working on tonight's this. But yeah, a real 909 would be, it's the same as, I think it's the same feeling like people get from wanting to try a certain guitar, you know, like a Fender Stratocaster. Like I'd love to just play, I can do basic chords, you know, just play one chord on it and just hear the timbre of it compared to other guitars that I've strummed. You can't really feel it 100% until you actually strum it yourself and you can feel the vibrations. Like it bring a big smile to my face with a 909 in front of me, like the original one. That would just be so like like history, all the music history that I've ever heard, just right there. And then you can just start pushing buttons and making a rhythm. Like yeah. Hard to make D&B on, I guess. What artists have you listened to the most and currently listen to and draw inspiration from? I keep mentioning Simula's name because there's one particular track of his called Oculus, which has this sort of it kind of sounds like down pitched drum break, but it's after trying to make something that sounds a little bit like it, I think there's more going on there. The kick sound is like it's been up pitched, but the hi hats sounds like they've been down pitched from some kind of break. So well, it's not hi hats, it's like a shaker, like a tambourine. But yeah, I'll check out Oculus by Simula because that's kind of like a bit of a reference tune for me at the moment in D&B because it's quite unusual as well. It's like really good. I just love the sound of it. There's like no distortion. It's just like, but it's like hard D&B. It's a weird thing to hear it and dance to it, and yeah, heard it at Boomtown as well. I knew I would hear it at Boomtown. Little crisis because I don't like searching for good drum samples all the time. Yeah, tune it TR99. You could make. I mean, if you've got Ableton, right? There's plenty of 909 samples in Ableton. Like you could make a track that sounds like a Detroit techno 90s kind of sounding track, and it would sound good because they are like tried and tested sounds. The 909, it's hard to get better than it, you know. I think that modern stuff still uses hard drums that are kind of based on the 909. Maybe just like the transients just tweaked a little bit, but there's not that much different. It's what it's layered with, really. The other rhythmic elements, I think, a track is what makes a track. It depends. You could just have a 909 drum machine and a really good vocal sample. Sometimes the samples carry an entire one really good sample can carry a track, can't it? Maybe a bit of funky bass in there as well. I just got tried for trias for my drum sequencer, but the feeling that a plugin is going to change a song, like feeling like the next plugin is going to make your song better. Yeah, don't fall for that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, new stuff is like sometimes it's good for inspiration, but that when that goes away, you're just left with another plugin, and it's like I think to get the most out of anything, yeah, you like so the exercise that I've tried this myself. That was set. Mike Monday did this one, and I've done a lot of tracks like this. So you start off with five. You make a template. You put a drum rack in there with drums, and then you put a bass, and then three other tracks in your sequencer, three other sounds. Just pick them and stick with them. Turn it into a template, and then start writing. Next thing you do is load the template and make a few tunes. Spend 10 minutes making it working as fast as you can. Just lay down the tune with that drum kit, that bass, those three synths or whatever sound you've got. And at the end of those 10 minutes, bounce it, save it. Don't listen to it. And then write in a notepad what went well, what could you improve, and then figure out what you could change in the next minute with that template to make it to solve your problem, so that next time you load the template, which might be in 1 minute from now, you can just make a small tweak to the template and then do another 10-minute session, work as fast as you can, make another tune with those same tracks, so you're not wasting any time choosing sounds or double guessing whether that's a good sound or not. You all you're doing is using what's there and getting really used to what's there, and you do that again and again. You repeat that whole process again and again, taking notes after each one. How can I improve? And save it, bounce it, blah blah blah. Do that. The more times you do that, and then listen to them all a week later, all those WAVs you've bounced or MP3s, and you will have generated. If you do that like 10 times, you'll create gold. If you create it 20 times, you create even more gold. You'll find some of those things that sounded shit at the time because you're rushing it in 10 minutes actually come out to be like amazing. That's the exercise just boiled down for you. Check out Mike Monday. I think he explains it well. He goes in a lot more detail about it, but it's basically that. Can you see why that might be like a good way to do it? Like people on guitar, they own a guitar, and that's all they do. That's all they practice all their life, and then they can just like come out like that, do crazy licks, like at any moment. Same with drummers, But as producers, we need that. We've got too many fucking options, way too many. Like at any moment, we could just load up an entire studio's worth of instruments and gear, and we don't know how to. We've not mastered any of them. We've not, So that's where you gotta practice just a few things really well, a bit more. And I only use 2 synth plugins. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't get I just use Serum. I've even tried to use Operator again, and I think some of the Ableton ones are pretty good sometimes, but no, it's always Serum 2 because I'm just so quick in it now. There's nothing beats with speed wins, Subtractor. Yeah, Subtractor's good. Yeah, like some genres, like Massive. Also, baseline. FM8 looks way too complex for me. I'd love to understand how to work it. So, what was I doing? Oh, testing. Yeah, I'm doing a test first. So, right. The way I do this test is we look at the kick. We're going to mute the kick. We're going to see where it is on the scope. Side scope is good plug. I had to buy this plugin because it's so good. There's no other way they're getting hold of it, to be fair. Alright, I'm going to change latency. So the only thing that a problem with this plugin, and I've spoke to the developer about it, asked him, can you improve it? And he said it's Ableton's fault that you can't actually sync this up. Other DAWs allow you correction for the delay, but we just got to work with the delay. So there's a way of doing it. So this is 4536 samples late, the transient there, but we can change that. Where was it? 4548. Let's do that. 4548 samples. So that will appear at the start now. We need to do this because I'll show you why. We need to see where the kick is. So the kick is, I think it's over in, I think this is a 16th, this length here, and that's an 1/8, and that would be, you know, a quarter or a beat. Yeah. We can wait, let's play these two. Yeah, that's a whole beat. Right, let's just solo the drum kick. Okay, and now we're going to find the bass, and this is to see if this needs configuring, needs initializing every single time I use Ableton. So solo, that is the kick being the kick is sidechained to bass, so that's the resulting bass. And let's remove the kick to see. Yeah, so we have like a, this is a really bad test because there's actually no sound where the kick is. So I'm gonna have to put an artificial sound in. Quickest way of doing that is, let's do an audio channel and put noise in. No, second thoughts. Well, let's do a sine wave because that's what we're trying to duck here. Let's put in zoom 2, and we'll just put, maybe there already is one. Yeah. Okay, we'll just reuse this sound. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Okay. So this is looking good. Where the transient is, it is actually ducking there. It's working correctly. Let's put the kick back in. And there you can see it, on the waveform, you can hear it. The kick comes through and the bass, it just kind of morphs and blends beautiful into the bass, almost at the same frequency of the kick tail there. So let's see, if I turn off the sidechain, you'll see what happens. That's what we get, a crazy phase cancellation. The kick is cancelling some of the peaks in the kick waveform are cancelling out the bass. That's what we don't want. That's what sounds horrible. It's what's, you know, uncontrolled. These huge peaks push your limiter and make it sound rubbish. So that's the bass on its own. The bass and the kick together. can still hear a bit of the transient of the kick, but this is bad for the limiter. It doesn't sound good. And now let's turn Duck Buddy back on. Look at that. Engineering wonder. So I had to buy it. I think it's, so I don't think it needs configuring now. Let's have a look. Set this to 0 so that we can see this little thing here. What's this? Maybe it does need. Maybe what is going on there? If I change this look ahead to just change it, so up and down. It happens, but it's weird. What is this strange little? Don't know what that is. It's almost like there's a delay on the kick. Could that be the Soothe 2? No. The L2? No. Glue? No. Raw? Nope. Okay. Oh. Some things like this are just like, I have to find out what they are before I carry on. Debug for analog, yeah, I've not tried that. Soon for sound design. See, I do want something that can make and give those analog tones. I think the Jupiter 108, Roland's own Jupiter 8 soft synth VST is like, I think it's so good. Sounds amazing. Sounds like the real thing. But it uses a lot of CPU. I think that's how you know they're doing a proper kind of virtual, you know, what the actual circuits are doing on a circuit board, because it does take a lot of CPU to make synthesize the real world circuitry. Voltages, you know. A lot more than using just math, not simple math to like make saw waves. Kick 3, I might upgrade to Kick 3. I'm still using Kick 2 because it does the job. I don't feel the need to upgrade because it does it pretty damn well. I'm so used to using it, but I think there's a few things you can do on it that yeah, I've seen that look really good. What is going on here? I can't continue until I know what this, why the bass is coming late or the drums are coming early. The other way around. Let's try a different sound there. There's a small chance I have turned on navigate, mixer controls, track options. All the latencies are the same, I think. Bass, yeah, all 0. There's no pre-look ahead ones. What's going on? Sorry, this is like doing testing stuff is probably not that interesting to watch, but I do it because I want my transients to be like that, undisturbed. But what's this little dip? What is that? Why is that proceeding? All I have soloed is the bass and the... It's not that, is it? No. Oh wait, compactor is turned on. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. So bass, turn off ozone. Ah, there you go. That's nuts. So ozone, wow, is because that's why it looks ahead 8 milliseconds. That's 3.5. It says it there. 353 samples just for triode, just for a bit of triode. Distort, excitation, harmonic adding triode, I think adds, does it add just odd numbers? I can't remember. Maybe a few even numbers as well, harmonics. But it looks ahead 353, so from here that's 4577, and here is 42. That's 64. That's like 500, which is a bit longer than it says it there, the latency. But yeah, it's ozone is hearing that bass and adding pre-ring to it. I didn't even know that was happening, because I've used this a lot. I use this. If I turn it off here, the side, turn off the mid. Oh wait, it's even worse. How is this? Well, if we just bypass it here? No. But if we turn it off here, it goes away. Whoa, I didn't even know it was doing that. This is why testing it it's worth doing, because that's fucking mad. I don't know if I want to use this plugin anymore, because it does that. For what benefit, you know? It does sound a bit flabby as well. Softens it a bit when it's turned on. So it does sound nice, but oversampling? Oh, oversampling gets rid of it. Wow. Okay, problem solved. Move on. We have perfect initialized everything now, and I think we've just gone one step closer to confirming that Duck Buddy 2 doesn't need initializing every time you load a project, because that's why I did this test. Right, anyway, we've done the test, so now we can, and we've also figured out something about Ozone Exciter, which is like a plugin I use a lot. Triode isn't even the best on here. The distortion that's on here that I can't get in Ableton stock, I've tried, is tape and retro. It's like tape. It's a time. There's a time domain. Someone explained this about real tape, right? And why things sound good from the past, where things were recorded on tape in big studios. There's like a time domain distortion on high frequencies. So not only do you get these extra harmonics from driving a signal into tape, you also get sort of a smearing over probably milliseconds, like a transient from a hi-hat. It's like the very first bit of the transient is kind of like pushed a bit and comes a bit later, and it can change the groove of the track as well. You know, it's that pronounced in certain situations. So yeah, tape. I've been using tape. It doesn't sound good on everything at all, but it tends to work well to sort of soften really high harsh sounds a bit. But yeah, the triode one is good too. I think this is probably kind of like raw, the triode one. Right. The Knock Clipper. I think I saw that the other day. I think someone showed it me. Plugins that knock. Adjustable hard soft. Yeah, I use what's it called? Two different ones, two different clippers, Clip Shifter and Free Clip, which are both free. Oh wait, is yeah. Free Clip's really basic. I might buy the actual full Free Clip, but there's a clipper out there which has like a better waveform representation of what's being clipped than Free Clip. Free Clip's really basic, but Free Clip can do, is it quadratic or cubic, where it'll only produce one harmonic. If you only drive it 1.6 dB hot, it'll only produce one harmonic, which can be really useful if you want to like get 1 dB of gain on your master without producing loads of harsh distortion. So I try and do that. I try that on nearly every master now. Doesn't always work, and it's really, you can barely hear it, like, but it's there. If it can give you that 1 extra dB on your master, sometimes it's worth doing shit like that, or at least trying and A/Bing. But yeah, all clippers are the same. If you've got like well, not all of them are the same. No, what am I talking about? If you've got one that works for you though, that one does look nice. Not clipper. If it shows you what's going on, it's good. Right. So am I trying to improve this track? I want to try and turn it into a tune that's more than 1.5 minutes. Is this too short? This is too short, this intro. It's only 32 beats. Not long enough, is it? It says the knock. As long as the knock clipper is free, it's worth getting for putting it on the kick to get the knock. So let's duplicate these. Don't know where these drums come from. Don't have a chair, so I can dance. So where were we? So yeah, little bits like this that need fixing. D&B structure. Sometimes I forget what's best. What just happened then? Did something just pop up on the screen? I didn't see it. So yeah, D&B structure. I've made that many D&B tunes that I kind of would hear either at 1.5 minutes. You could either start fizzling this out here and then start building up and then drop it again. So let me do it from here. So yes, brother bass, well noticed. In fact, I can just copy it over, can't I? I think that's gonna work. That's gonna work because I just live played it then and it worked. It sounded good. So why bother making a really long breakdown when you can just have it build? It doesn't have to have a breakdown. Not all tunes have to have a breakdown. Not all tunes. Some tunes need one. Maybe if I bounce this, and I can decide at a later date. It's not going to take me long to try a different way another day. So let's do it, and then I've made some progress. Duplicate time. So let's fizzle this out in a nice way. Just have the very ends of the breaks here turned on. Barely any of that. Try this. That's like, oh no, it's not even turned on. Yeah, mute these. Let's get cheeky with it. Get cheeky. Goes back down to that lower wobbly note because it was for the second bit variation. It was like higher. So when it goes back to this lower one, sounds alright, doesn't it? What's your plan? Are you making some D&B EPs? Yes, I've decided because I've got like about 7 in the pipeline now, which are showing. That one's done, pretty much done. It's been in done for fucking ages, but it sounded shit before. Now it sounds way better. Like there were engineering problems with it. But I'm almost happy to release that now. the niggling problems have gone away with that one. In here we've got so that's 1, 2, 3. This one 4, 5. I think that one is all 6, and then this one definitely 7. They're like, yeah, 7. I was thinking 4 to 7 is, yeah, 4 to 7 tracks. So the plan is, Brother Baz, I have developed a plan. I'm gonna release one at a time, and then an EP. So, well, drop one at a time, and then release a 4-track EP of the first 4. So I'm gonna send them to DJs first. I'm gonna use Patreon so that anyone on the higher band gets it first, and the next one gets it the week after. The lower band gets it a week after. So that's I think that I'm going to do £4 for the lower one and £8 for the higher one. I don't know. And then on week 4, release it to Spotify and, well, everywhere. You know, not just Spotify. Just send it to all the streaming platforms, and Bandcamp, and also Subvert, which is like a really cool Bandcamp alternative, but I don't think they're still in like the early phase. I don't think they'll accept any uploads yet. Community driven Bandcamp type thing. And just do that and repeat the thing every 4 weeks. So a new one will come out. I might have some special way of sending it to my regular like supporters on here, because you're always hanging out and stuff. If you want it, I could just send it, you know what I mean? Don't tell anyone. No, it's cool. Yeah, Soothe 2, it's not good for everything, but it's good for when you like using it on breaks, just to get rid of some harsh frequencies. Yeah. And vocals as well, because I don't record many vocals. There's some material, it works. If you need a quick solution, just slap it on. I'll buy them all. Oh, nice one, Baz. Yeah, so that's what I mean. I've come up with this strategy, but I don't know if it's a good one, because that means you can't actually buy it until it's 3 weeks or 2 weeks until after I first started distributing it to Patreon. So I don't know, maybe I could still have a way of on Patreon you can buy it out, you can buy individual tracks outright. So yeah, I'll probably do that. So if you wanted to buy something outright and not subscribe to Patreon, you could just buy the tune on its own. But then it might make sense to pay £4 for a month, because you'll get 4 tracks in that first. No, wait a minute. You only get like 1 track every 3 weeks. So I don't know if that is worth £4, but I'll just do it this way and see what works, you know. If everyone says I'm not paying £4, I'll be like, right, well, I'll have to work something else out. Dennis Furrer, okay. Yeah, mixed in be. It'll be amazing, Baz. To hear you playing it. Yeah, I've got like my usual list of DJs who I used to send to, because I haven't published any D&B for like 2 years, probably more than 2 years. No, it's actually more than 2 years, yeah. Maybe even 3 years now. But before that, it was about 30 tunes. Some shit, some good. But my production has improved a lot since then, so hopefully these will go a bit further this time. On hi-hats and claps, yeah, that's where it excels, doesn't it? Soothe too, on like the higher frequency sounds, for sure. I've not tried it on claps, I don't think. Yeah, softer stuff is the one. I remember Annex. Do you know Annex? D&B duo. Their is it their track called Substance, where it builds up really quick, and it says concussion is like the word before the drop. And then it just does this really loud foghorn and these really soft mad beats, which are like pumping beats, but they're dead soft but dead loud in the club. I love that stuff. I love that. To me, that's like kind of modern production where, I mean, you've got different kinds of modern production, but I really like this style of D&B where it sounds soft, but it's actually like it. That means you can turn it up even louder, basically, and not hurt your ears, and still, and it's still groovy as fuck, and you know, it's still got a mint drop. I love that. Of those techniques. Dennis Ferrier. I'll have to check that out. Soft percussion it's quite hard to do. It's harder than you think. Like, I've gone my whole producing life trying to make my percussion cut through. That's just bad mixing, like making it cut through all the other sounds, because we've got way too many sounds going on at the same time, and I'm wondering why it sounds so harsh at the end of it. Turns out hi-hats don't need to have super loud transients unless you're making jazz, maybe, or recording real jazz with real hi-hats, and then it's really nice to hear those transients way louder than the actual resonating hi-hat, the actual tap. It sounds really good. But in D&B, if you have loud hi-hat transients, it makes all the other transients so quiet. You don't want that, do you? I don't want that. Dennis Vera. I'll check that out. Why is it not entering? Oh, because it's the wrong one. Chemplex. Thank you for following. I'll support the moment. Cheers. I still think you should make a few tracks in the style like house bassline, and keep posting them. It's really hard with the limited time that I have. Yeah, it's really hard to go to do something different than D&B and dubstep. Like, because it takes me a while to reconfigure my brain to work on a different style of music. Like, going from D&B to dubstep is quite hard. Like, I'm getting better at it, so maybe I can do some house, you know. Again, that'll be really mad though, doing some house. That'll be so weird. Yeah. Or bassline even, you know. I think one will blow up, you know. You know how to make tracks like the back of your hand. I'm convinced one will. Thanks, brother Baz. Yeah, I like that theory of, once you've learned all this stuff about how to control sound, make sound, what sounds good, and you can kind of reverse engineer like other genres to make or just make stuff that sounds like that genre. You kind of like know what makes, like, to make house, you know, it's got to be a 130 BPM. It's got to have like a 4x4 beat. It's maybe every third beat in every 4 bars got just a vocal sample going and stuff like that. Like, I know it would be fun, and definitely be channeling sort of Detroit techno, early house through my veins, because I've actually heard that stuff as a kid and never actually tried to recreate it yet. So it might sound like old stuff. If I do it, who knows? But I like that you're saying that, Baz. Yeah, I watched a video and realise that transients ruin your track. Yeah, you just want the rest, and some rest. Yeah, some rest stresses. Like if you listen to some of the best songs, they sometimes have a lot of transients, but lots of them are soft and sound so good. Yeah, yeah. It's funny because, yeah, that's true. It's so true. You ain't even gotta make the full track. Just make the breakdown. And keep posting it. Until what? Like, just for the view? You mean, is this like... But what did you say? Was it for the views, or was it blow up? You mean blow up on social media? Or specifically TikTok? Because yeah, I'm getting a lot of success on shorts as well. Like in the thousands of views. To boost you up, yeah. It'd be interesting doing that, yeah. To see it as it'd be an interesting experiment for sure. And I always think it's worth doing these things because, you know, if it got a million, like say if it did blow up, I think a million views would be blowing up, right? Then I'd be like, do you know what? I could actually make some money by finishing this track and actually putting it on Spotify. Or I keep saying Spotify. I've got to stop saying Spotify. Streaming platforms. Or even Bandcamp, and like suddenly like every one of the million house DJs on the planet need that track. And yeah, that could change my life. It could change my whole life instantly. Suddenly I'd go from doing 1 to 2 hour live streams 4 times a week to exactly the same because I've still got a busy day life. But at least I'd be able to, you know, what would I be able to do? Have a bigger studio would be nice, yeah, for sure. It's not essential. It's not. I don't need a bigger studio, but you know, having better pair of headphones, like a few different kinds of headphones, would be nice. Better car. One can dream. But yeah, no, you're right. That's good strategy, good business. Like, you know, just with what you're suggesting now, with a few simple moves, a few hours, even just hour. Think of it in hours. If I just had did a few hours of making a house on the live stream. So just give it a week or a month. My God, surely after a month of doing it, I'll hit on something. You never know. It's a good tip, that, Baz. Thank you. I might try that. Everything against me, everything inside me wants to just make D&B though, and dubstep. But and I wouldn't be going commercial on it either, would I? It's not like, oh, he's sold out. Just making house music doesn't mean you've sold out, right? Colette Arizens, how you doing? I've not got around to your collab yet. I've been so busy. I shouldn't even be live streaming right now. I should be gone. But Baz has suggested doing like house, do some house on the live stream, do a few, see if it goes like what do you call it? Nuclear. Viral. Big time. Go to bed, thanks, Sense. Gotta go sleep. Yeah, midnight is my hard limit. Yeah, I should actually have programmed something on the computer to actually switch off. A big number comes up on the screen counting down. Like I could do that with auto hotkey for sure. And it just says, have you saved your work? Because shutdown will occur in 59, 58, 57. Like, that's just enough time to save my project. Yeah, I might do that as well. Okay, so that's 2 things. I swear down I need a pad and pen in my thing because I can't type in a notepad while I'm on live stream on the computer. Widening your horizons, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, my wife would look at me and says, "You have to do that. Why aren't you doing that? Like, we need some money, John. Do it now. Do it tonight. Do it tomorrow." That's what she'd be saying if she was watching this right now, which she isn't. Oh, she'd be like, "We need money so I can go on cruises and stuff." I'm like, I don't know. I'm okay. I'm happy with not much money. Like, I'm happy with money corrupts my head, my small tiny mind. Like, I don't really need it. The car gets by. I've got a table. I've got a monitor. I've got a computer that can run a few plugins in Ableton. That's all I need. What would you spend money on, guys? Like, inspire me. If you had, you know, if you had a track and it went viral and you just started making like grands in a month, were just coming in like that, what would you spend it on? Give me some tips. FL Studio and a keyboard and a mouse and a monitor. How are you doing it without those things? You mean a new one? You mean like yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need. So yeah, it's a simple life. I like having a simple life. Like I've tried all the things that cost things. Like holidays. I'm like, I'll only go on holiday if it's if I'm DJing there. I mean, does my wife head in? My wife's head in that. Like she wants to go to nice places. I'm just like, yeah, but I will. But we've got to take the kids with us for a start. 900 monsters. That's a lot of money. Can you buy monsters? Like a real monster? So, hang on. I've got 1 minute. Right. I'm going to have to bounce this. And bounce. We've got ourselves a 2.5 minute tune. Do you think the haters, the 6 minute tune lovers, are going to hate on me for this? My old self would have gone, you can't. If it's less than 3 minutes, it's going to be shit. But no, how I used to be was, I used to like relaxing, having a nice relaxing DJ mix where you put a record on, actual record, even an MP3, just put the MP3 on, start rolling something, maybe have a sip of something, go and just leisurely look for the next tune and cue it up and go, oh no, I don't think that'll work. Try another one, cue another one up and go, that won't work. And then pick another one. Oh, I better start mixing out now. It's on like 5 minutes in. Those were the days when everyone had long attention spans. Not everyone. No, everyone's like that. The drink. Yeah, some drink. A pillow. A nice pillow. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, Zens, yeah. I would love, a down pillow like you get in a fancy hotel, it's like, there's the pillow, you put your head on it and it goes, and it just kind of surrounds your head and it doesn't cushion your head, it just kind of like holds your head in feathers. Some people say down is cruel, but kill the goose first, then take his feathers. Eat the goose. Don't pluck it while it's alive. Why would you do that? Holiday DJ, make a video for your tracks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you mean just go on holiday and pretend that I'm doing a DJ? Pretend I'm DJing. Just say, right, I'm here in Amsterdam and I'm going to play in this place tonight. Remember them old school D&B records? Had about 4 minute intro and 1 minute of beats. Oh, there were some that were like, yeah. So that's, I think 7 minutes by, it was like 2.5 minutes of intro. I can't think of, that sounds pretty extreme. Thanks for liking Zens. Go Got that Timo, got decent, decent pillows. All right. Texas. Go to Texas. Yeah, go America. Go anywhere. Like once you've got money, pay for a visa to enter the United States of America. Right, I'm gonna have to go. Have I bounced this yet? Because I'm gonna listen to this. Probably not tomorrow. That'll be a bad idea. It's so tempting. Not really done much to it. Lung. Overture lung. That's what it's called. Right, yeah. Thanks anyway. I will have a look at this collab. Did you? Oh, you sent the stems, didn't you, Zens? Yeah. I'll have a look at that soon. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you all soon, I hope. Thanks for watching and liking, and following and stuff. Much appreciated. And those D&B tunes, these D&B tunes will be out soon. Yeah. I'm reckoning that's the thing now. January is probably the best time to start rolling them out, I think. If I can get one in December, I will, because they say never release in December, but underground music's different, isn't it? People still need hard dance music. It's not even that hard. During the festive period, especially during the festive period. So maybe I'll just roll it out on like the 23rd of December and just put a single jingle bell in there. Don't know. Festive Christmas D&B. Bit mad, isn't it? Anyway, lots of love. Would you do a live on the decks playing your tunes? Yes. So that'll be part of the, like, after I've rolled out the tunes, yeah, doing stuff like that, and the D&B and the dubstep tunes as well. If they were just released, I would do that. Yeah, I'd be doing that. Could do like a half-hour set easily with all the D&B I've ever released, all the dubstep I've ever released as well. It's not that much, but the VIPs that are coming in January as well. They're like shit. They're shit hot. Like compared to the album I'm releasing, the VIPs that I've done, I'm just like, oh, have I done that? We'll see. We'll see how they go down. They might be too much. They might be too, you know what I mean, too much in them, over the top. But we'll see. Right. Thanks.